In today's episode, I'll be giving my review and reaction to the 2025 film Captain America Brave New World. The genre is a superhero film. The runtime is an hour and 58 minutes. The director is Julius Ona. I've never seen any of their movies before. This movie stars Anthony Mackie, Danny Ramirez, Shira Haas, Carl Lumbly, Zasha Roquemore, Giancarlo Esposito, Liv Tyler, Tim Blake Nelson, and Harrison Ford. Do something, man. People are questioning you. Shut up. Shut up. Okay, yep, do that. Sure, guys. Stupid and dumb. Just an idiot. Get your shit together, son. Fuck it. I loved it. Welcome to the DubCast. Coming into this movie, I think I had decent to high expectations. There was a lot of scuttlebutt about what this movie would potentially be about, and then as the timeline got closer and closer, you started to hear a lot about major sequences being cut out of the movie. They always had this date of February 2025 as for when the movie was going to come out, but you can clearly tell that they didn't really know where they're heading directionally with this movie. I really do like Anthony Mackie as Captain America and as this Falcon slash Captain America mix. And I like the new Falcon too. Danny Ramirez does a great job there. I really did enjoy that show that they had, The Falcon and Winter Soldier. I like Anthony Mackie as an actor. Like, I don't think this movie is on him. I'm blaming it on the director, Marvel Cinematic Universe. It seems like now every 1 in 3 movies is good, and the rest are just not great anymore. They're rushing it. I mean, they chilled out for a little bit, but why not? Why put out a movie if you know it's not going to be good and you're rushing it? Well, the answer is one thing: it's money, because you know that no matter what you put out, people are going to show up and watch your movie. Which I don't think this movie is actually performing that well with the what they had to budget and what they had to make. But I mean, I think that always happens early on with movies. So yeah, not the best movie in my opinion. I thought it was pretty disappointing. Obviously, well, not obviously, but Captain America is my favorite movie, or Captain America is my favorite hero in the Avengers, with Winter Soldier being one of my top 3 movies in the MCU, maybe top 2. I think they tried to recreate Winter Soldier in this movie, and it just didn't really work out. This felt like there was more complicated pieces and just way less character development throughout. Like I said, I like Anthony Mackie as a person, as an actor, and he had good chemistry with the new Falcon too. But I just that was the whole highlight of the movie for me. Like, everything else was so clunky. You're the whole end battle scene with Red Hulk has been supremely spoiled throughout the promotional run of this movie, meaning that there's no suspense in the movie. You know that that's because, especially as the movie goes on, you know that that's the final boss battle, which that's a cool back and forth fight, but that's like what, a 3 to 5 minute fight. There's not really, like, the fight scenes are okay because you have Captain America being a boss and being Falcons and Falcon and Captain America. Like that scene when they're at the Celestial Island sticks out a lot as a cool scene, just of them flying around with the jets and stuff. But I mean, that was a weird choice of them to spoil the Red Hulk thing, because I mean, most of the MCU nerds and everything know everything now, anyways. But that was like, you were just waiting for him to Hulk out, and it was like, that's it was stupid in my opinion. The main villain, the Doctor, I thought was a mad villain to me. Like, he can just alter people's minds with the flashing of the lights if he wants to. Okay, then why doesn't he do that to the whole fucking universe? And you could just flash a light in Harrison Ford's face and make him turn Hulk. But he can't even. He doesn't even turn not Harrison Ford. Thunderbolt Ross. Sorry, he doesn't even turn Thunderbolt Ross into Hulk. It's like the press that does it, which I thought was a really stupid aspect of it. That's the worst buildup of a scene. You have him at the press, and then they're like, "Why'd you not do that thing in Japan?" Or "Why'd you do that thing in Japan?" And he's like, "You know what? I'm mad." And then he turned into Red Hulk. It's like, bro, what were we doing at the end of this movie? It was just so bad. He was on the brink of war with Japan, which, first of all, a sitting president should not be on a boat right outside of a war zone or in a war zone. Like, that's crazy work. Winston Churchill, one of the most renowned world leaders of all time, was in a bunker half the World War II, bro. And that's, I'm not saying that in a bad way. I'm saying that's where you should be. You got to be protected. So yeah, the logistics, everything, like it doesn't really make a lot of sense. I mean, it's hard to say, but I think the Marvel movies are just a cash grab until further notice. You had Deadpool and Wolverine, which I did do a review for that on the channel. It was okay. The recent Thor movie was garbage. Guardians of the Galaxy 3 was good. I'm trying to think. Deadpool and Wolverine, I just said that. Didn't see the Marvels. I mean, everything post Endgame, it's like it's a rocky watch. It's tough. Shang Chi was good, but it's like you hit and miss. It's hit and miss. It's not the MCU that was. Well, low key, there are some sleepers in there that people give credit to for the MCU for being great. But go watch Thor: Dark World. Go watch Thor 1. Go watch Iron. No, Iron Man's were good, but there's some clunky ones in there too. So I mean, they had definitely had more hits than misses back in the day, but it seems like they're not even at a 50% hit rate on this one. I am going to see Fantastic Four. I'm worried they rushed that one too. I am going to see not Dead, Thunderbolts. That one looks okay, but it's like maybe we can actually just like your Marvel Cinematic Universe, you're owned by Disney. Maybe use your funds and properly plan a movie and make sure it's good before it's ready to go. Like you don't need to do a release date. The fans are not dying. There's a million fucking shows to watch. There's what are we at 35 movies in the MCU? They can go rewatch those. If you give a good product, if you took another 6 months in this movie and said, you know what, we're gonna nail this movie because fuck it, we actually want to make a good movie. But Kevin Feige, bro, I'm calling you out. I think you're doing a cash grab. I'm sorry, bro. It's like if you're not gonna make quality movies, I'm I'm still gonna show up. I'm part of the problem. I'm part of the cash grab, bro. Fuck, I'm locked in. It sucks. How do we break this cycle, guys? I don't know. But this movie, I mean, back to Captain America: Brave New World. Harrison Ford, I thought was just there for the check as well. Like his acting, I thought was really subpar in this movie. I didn't feel connected to him at all. You don't really empathize with him at all. Granted, he is Thunderbolt Ross, but his acting just felt weird. Like it didn't feel genuine. I just felt like he was kind of there for a check and just to make a cameo, and that was it. Like I don't expect we'll see Thunderbolt Ross back in the MCU anytime soon. I mean, they might have to replace Harrison Ford again. In my opinion, I just didn't think he was good at all. I mean, I don't even know any redeeming scenes that I can call out. I thought, Giancarlo Esposito had a decent, fun addition to the MCU, and I wish we saw more of his character or got a better introduction to him. I mean, that's the intro to the movie, but you don't really understand what his purpose is. He's just Sidewinder and trying to steal a thing of adamantium or whatever. But I thought his character was fun throughout. The one-on-one scene or fight scene he has with Captain America was one of the standout scenes in the movie. Obviously, he's in custody, but he's probably going to break out at some point when they need to just activate him again because now we're just having a million characters in the MCU that we need to follow, 500 characters. It is what it is, but that's a fun addition. Hopefully, he can make an appearance later on. You could just tell throughout this movie, I thought that there was no really clear direction. I mean, you have Sidewinder in it. You have Red Hulk, who's like this sleeping giant the whole movie, but he doesn't really do anything bad until the end. You have the Doctor, the guy who worked with Bruce Banner. I don't even know his name. Like, it's just, we're doing too much. Just make one villain, make it a slow movie like Winter Soldier. Like, I mean, that was a good movie, bro. Winter Soldier's, like I said, one of my favorite movies. I mean, this is definitely the worst Captain America movie. I mean, first Avenger probably doesn't age that well, but I'd still watch that over this. I thought this movie ended up being more about, or just as much about Thunderbolt Ross as Captain America, which took away from the movie, in my opinion. We're here to watch Anthony Mackie be Captain America, take up the mantle of being Captain America. You had a show of 6 episodes, all like 45 minutes to an hour, so that's what, 3 hours worth of content on Captain America, and then you come to a movie and half of it's on Thunderbolt Ross. I just it ruined Captain America for me, man. And I like Sam Mackie, and if he leads the Avengers like it's alluded to in this movie, that'll be awesome because I like Anthony Mackie, and maybe with the Russo brothers directing the next Avengers movie, maybe this will all be for naught, and maybe this is just one of the few hits on the road that we're going to need to get to the Avengers movie. But bro, like this was not a good film. I just it sucks. It sucks to say it because I was an MCU hater converted to MCU lover when I watched Infinity War in theaters and had no idea what was going on. But I was like, that's a wonderful movie. I can't wait to watch Endgame, watch them all, and then watch Endgame. That was peak moments. Maybe it's like, and I call people out for this in my own life where people are just like, it's not as good as it used to be. But like this movie on its own, it's just like if I watched this movie 10 years ago, I think I'd think the same thing of it. I just it's tough. It's sad. It is sad. Maybe we're just growing up and maybe it's not the same anymore. Maybe that's the problem, but I don't think so. I think this was just a poorly directed movie, clunky, rushed. I think they did have enough faith in this Captain America to make a compelling enough movie, but they just didn't follow through with it, which I thought was pretty sad. Like I mentioned before, I think Anthony Mackie could be a good Captain America and a good film, but this wasn't a good film. Same thing with the TV show where you had him and Bucky, but fun back and forth. I don't know. It's weird. The CGI also were MCU, and this CGI was notably bad for a 2025 Marvel Cinematic Universe. I mean, the Doctor guy's like appearing every time he appeared in real life and in normal settings, he looked so out of place and just it was very awkward and not very good CGI. Stern, sorry, that's his name. It was one scene in particular was very egregious. I forget the specifics of it, but that was not good CGI. I mean, do better, man. I don't want to call it the editors and the CGI stuff, but it's like we're Marvel in 2025 and we're having problems with CGI stuff on a Captain America movie. Please. I did think the fighting scenes were fun with Cap and Falcon. I mentioned that before. That lifts it up to where I'll end up scoring it a little bit. The Bucky cameo I thought was killer as well. Nice little back and forth convo with them. I thought, they could have expounded on that a little bit more, but I do like that running storyline of Steve leaving it to Captain America, or Captain America, leaving it to Captain America on purpose, because there was reasons why he did leave it to him and not Bucky, and now Bucky's running for Congress. I think this is a lot to take in. Obviously, Bucky's not the focus of this movie at all, and he'll have his own movie coming up, but it's like we're going to let a trained assassin who wreaked havoc on the American population for 50 years run for Congress. That universe is wow. Anyways, the post-credit scene I thought was fine. I guess it was teasing the Illuminati. I don't read the comic books. So I don't know what the Illuminati is. I thought they were just alluding to the future Avenger movies that are coming out with maybe Kang. I don't even know what the plan is with that anymore, or Doctor Doom. But either way, it's fine. I like Sam Wilson being the leader of a team. Captain America's always got to be the leader of the team. I mean, him rallying the troops in Infinity War was hype. So hopefully we'll get something like that. Doubt it, but maybe. It's hopefully he's gonna be the one to get everyone together. Overall, I thought this movie was pretty middling from my point of view. I'm landing it at a 5.8. I can't give it anything higher. I don't think this movie's even a 6. It sucks to say. It's just there's too many things going wrong with it that I can't put it any higher. There's not enough positive things for me to say about it to make it a 6. It's a 5.8 for me. Probably will never rewatch it, to be honest. I think I got the mainline story of it, and there's not many redeeming qualities. So let's compare this movie amongst the other movies we've reviewed so far. So unfortunately, this falls to number 44 of 48 movies reviewed so far on the DubCast. And comparing this against the other superhero/Marvel movies I've reviewed so far on the channel, this loses out to all of them in no surprise, but Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse was an 8.9. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse was an 8.5, and Deadpool and Wolverine I gave a 7.8, so 3 points lower than the next superhero on the movie on the list. I don't feel bad about that at all. So yeah, overall, I'm seeing a lot of reviews online. Not a lot of people like this movie. So if you guys did like this movie, like the people I read on TV Time that gassed it up, tell me why. Why did you think this was a good movie? I think this is easily the worst Captain America movie. It's hard to say post Endgame if this is the worst movie. I mean, a lot of people didn't like Ant-Man and the Wasp, or not Ant-Man and the Wasp, Ant-Man and Quantumania. I thought that movie was, I can't even remember anything from that movie. I don't know. It seems like the MCU is kind of a rudderless ship, and they'll just keep posting movies because we're going to go buy the tickets, and I'll go see the next one. So, cycle continues, and I'll see you guys for Thunderbolts. That'll wrap it up here for Captain America Brave New World. Feel free to leave your comments down below. Sorry I wasn't as in-depth in this one as I did see it in theaters, so I'm not a big phone in theater guy, so I wasn't taking notes. That'll wrap it up. Captain America Brave New World. Next movie reviews we'll have Thank You for Smoking, Inglourious Bastards, and Beautiful Boy. 3 interesting movies to say the least. Well, we'll have to see what I say about them. Besides that, expect more content soon. Shows are on the way. Survivor is back soon, or now when I post this video, it's already been back, so stay tuned for Survivor coverage on a weekly basis. Besides that, March Madness preview coming in a couple weeks. Sports stuff's been slow, but we'll pick it back up for NBA and NHL playoffs. And yeah, that's about all for now. UFC as well, and next week for the big UFC 313. So that'll do it on Captain America: Brave New World. Did you like it? Did you not really like it like I did? Is it a cash grab? Did you waste your $15 at your local cinema to go see this movie and you'll see the next one too? Let me know down below in the comments. Leave a like, leave a dislike, subscribe, comment, do your thing. So as always, be easy, y'all.